Well, here we are, a few hours away from maybe the end of the season for the Canadiens. And the hockey world looks at Montreal as an angry fan base, an impatient fan base, and sometimes a fan base that has too much vitriol. And there's some truth to that, but there's a lot of cause to it. And I thought I would just, look at this a little bit here and educate people. And I had some help from, some friends that helped me put this list together because it really is expansive and I had to boil it down. And the following reasons are why the Canadiens fan base is extra angry in 2021. First, you start with the general manager and the tone of arrogance that comes across. Centers don't grow on trees. Remember that? And you can't just trade for one. Nobody trades them. Well, we've seen some traded. And the way that some of the questions are answered is almost like, I know what I'm doing, you don't. But the results at the end of the day aren't there. The winning tradition. The Canadiens trot out old-timers and legends and historical lessons about what the franchise has achieved. But at this point, without any winning tradition in a long time, it feels like it's kind of crammed down your throats. And I also think that the current generation is jealous of what their parents got to experience, the winning that happened way back when. And that plays into it as well. When do I get to see it? Habs fans are tired of being underdogs. Even in 2010 and 2014, they weren't favored to get to the conference final. It wasn't something that was expected. It was some kind of miraculous run. And I think the fans are tired of having a team that's always the underdog. Why can't they be the big kid on the block? Why can't they be the bullies? Why can't they be the ones who are expected to win and get all the way to the Stanley Cup final and achieve something? And they're just tired. They're tired of being the underdogs. And for a while, it was tired of being the undersized team. No franchise player since Guy Lafleur outside of goalies. And goalies can stop 100 pucks and win MVPs, but they don't put fans in the stands. And they don't light up ratings. And they don't excite you like a forward can. And it's inexcusable that we've now gone through a couple of generations without one superstar up front that's not 37 years old. It's unbelievable, really. You think of all the franchises that have struggled in the last few years. The Atlanta Thrashers had Kovalchuk. The Blue Jackets had Rick Nash even in their depths of despair. And the Canadiens haven't had not one superstar up front. They can't develop. You see a lot of first-round picks go by the wayside, and that sticks in the craw of a lot of Habs fans who have seen, I guess, draft capital squandered and wasted when other teams find the diamonds in the rough over and over and over, and the Canadiens just don't seem to have that same ability, whoever the administration is. I think to some degree, some of the fans are sick and tired of them only looking for GMs and coaches in their own backyard and not getting the absolute best guy for the job, regardless of where he's from, what language he speaks. Only in Montreal do we have this problem. The power play. They've missed playoffs. They've not participated in the postseason in some years because their power play is so terrible. Year after year after year. The only time they had a good offense and good power play was when Guy Carbonneau was the coach, and they had the most goals in the league. And they got rid of him. And that philosophy went with them, and it never came back. And it's really a shame. But here we go. Maybe one more game left in this season. Maybe one more game left with this current administration in charge. Maybe not. Maybe they're all going to be back and it's going to be the same thing again next year. But I just wanted to give a bit of context for those out there who don't understand why the fan base here in Montreal is so angry and so nasty on occasion. These are some of the contributors. And it's a shame. It's a shame because when things are good, oh baby, are they good in this city. Let's see what happens.